Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel and welcome to my Quickie series where I discuss key areas and zones that you need for your beginning fortresses that will extend through its life. And in this episode I want to talk to you about temples, what they are and how you go about building them. And since this is a Quickie video, my 5 minutes starts now. Okay, temples. What are they? Temples are areas that your dwarves congregate to worship their chosen deity. Or if you've allocated to a certain deity or certain god, then the dwarves of that denomination will go to that specific temple. I'm going to talk to you about how to set up your very first temple that covers all gods and all types of worship, where all dwarves can go and worship. So, what do we need? We need an area that is dug out. That doesn't have to be too big, but the bigger it is, the more opulent you can make it. And we'll talk about why that might be important later on. It's important to smooth and engrave. That ups the value of the area pretty easy, and it just requires a few dwarves going around chipping into the stone, making it a bit more pretty, and that increases the value of your temple. And then you need an altar place. A offering place. So you go B, furniture, offering place. In this case, I've got one smack bang in the middle, and they're altars. This is an iron altar. You can make altars out of a whole heap of things. If I click here on the work orders, type in altar. If you've got your manager set up and you can do task orders, work orders, then this is where you do it. You forge, craft, etc. Make a rock altar, wooden altar, doesn't matter. But you need an altar. And it's helpful to have instruments in place. In this case, I have traded for these two. You can also build them, but I traded for them and I've just placed them. You can see instrument, bang, and then whatever instrument you have in your stockpile you can put there. And then we click on Z, or Z, or the green dwarf's head for zones, and then we click on meeting area. And then we cover that whole location. And we accept. And we click on this plus button, and we can click on top right, new temple. Now in this case, for you, you'll be clicking on new temple if you haven't made a temple yet. I've already made one. I've just deleted the area for the purpose of this video, and the random name I was given for my temple was the Dwarf Trades. But for your information, this list here, if you haven't watched any of the other videos, is essentially all the meeting areas that you've converted into one of these 5 things. Okay, so as your fortress gets bigger and you've got more hospitals and libraries and guild halls, etc., this list gets bigger. So you click on new temple, I'll go the Dwarf Trades. And then we can click on this assign details for the assigned location, and you can allocate performers. You can click how many instruments you want stored here, and if you want to store them, you need a chest in that in the temple, and you can allow anyone from the overworld immigrants to use it, just your citizens and long-term residents, or citizens only. Here we talk about the temple and its value. Okay, and value is linked to, sometimes you will get petitioned, and this is why I say making it a little bit bigger might be important so you can get more things in there, and you might get 10 of your dwarves that is worshipping a certain god, and they will petition you for their own place of worship. And you will go through the same processes I've done here, but then you need to get the value, you need to raise the value up to be able to allocate it to a certain god. And that's easy by putting in mastercrafted furniture. Statues is an easy way, smoothing the stone and engraving it, but you will be able to tell what the value is here. And once you meet a certain level, that petition will be met, and then you can allocate it to the god that they are requesting. And once you've done that, then you have achieved that petition, and it should go away, and your doors will be happy. So what we haven't done here, furniture, chest, put that there. And so any other, whilst I have 2 musical pieces in here, additional pieces that aren't put on the ground will be stored into that container. So that is essentially temples in a nutshell. You can have as many of these as you want. You can have one to every god that has been created in your world, or you can just have the one. But I hope this has helped you and keeps you out of trouble and you're enjoying your Dwarf Fortress gameplay. And I'll talk to you in the next video.